Dream Team? It's your boy D Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with differences between living in the US versus the UK. Before we dive into these differences, make sure you dive into that subscribe button, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. What we got?
In the UK, we do not have AC.
Don't know anyone in the States that has this. If you had this in the States, I would think you're super fancy.
The aircon, I think even if we had it like in my house in the UK, we would never use it.
Cause y'all, I guess the weather doesn't get as hot in the UK, right? It's not as hot for as long. Here, AC is a necessity. It's just a necessity.
Hello. Hi, I'm Lauren from the UK.
Hi, I'm Callie from the USA.
We have a lot of fences.
Not everyone in
gates.
the States has a fence.
You guys have attic, right?
Sometimes. Not everyone, but some people do. They have the like pull down thing with the ladder.
Yeah. Gary, some houses just don't have them.
Really?
Yeah.
What if when the weather is bad?
Your car just gets wet or
People in the States, you almost always have a garage. Some people
have
have 2 or 3 car garages,
I
which
noticed,
is crazy. People will also turn that into a fun space. Sometimes my family, they have a nice garage, like a 2-car garage. They do park their car in there in the winter, but they also have room for like dartboard and a little bar. They keep it heated so we can go out there and party a bit.
Do you guys have conservatory?
What is that? It sounds like, is that like a greenhouse thing?
It's like a greenhouse, but it's in your house.
Okay.
So it's like usually attached to the living room, and it's like a greenhouse. But usually people will use it as a place to just kind of sit.
That's on people's houses?
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
Wow.
Whoa, is that common?
So this is super common actually.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Don't know.
I think that was super dope. Yeah, I don't know anyone in the States that has that. Like a greenhouse, like attached to the house. They may have a greenhouse that's not attached, but attached to the house. Like, that's a cool area. I think that's super dope.
Anyone in the States that has this. I feel like if you had this in the States, I would think you're super fancy.
Facts.
Most people just use it as like a place to sit and gather. It's so cold in the UK. This actually is like warm.
Okay.
So in the summer people will sit, and it's also like connected to the garden. So it would also maybe be the way to the garden in most houses.
That's cool. That's so cool. House size.
So in the UK, the average house size is 900 square feet.
I'm trying to envision like how big that would be.
It's not huge, but it's not, you know, tiny.
In the US, the average is 1,600 square feet.
Wow.
Larger.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like 1.5 times. Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
I think, like you said before, we just have so much land. Typical to have larger houses in the States.
And like, I feel like if you envision Texas and all of that land and those gigantic houses, which are so cheap, in my opinion, like, wow. Yeah.
I don't know about cheap, but there are some gigantic houses. I wouldn't say they're cheap though. I would not say
the Texas houses are just like another level.
From before, like the semi-detached and the terrace houses would have a living room, a kitchen, 2 or 3 bedrooms, and a bathroom, and maybe a downstairs toilet. I'm thinking back to my university house, And then like the detached houses may have 3 or 4 bedrooms, maybe like 1 or 2 bathrooms, obviously like a larger living room and kitchen. So I don't even know how many rooms that is.
Yeah.
A lot.
I think it's a little bit similar in the States, maybe 3 or 4 bedrooms even. Large living room.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have a kitchen in a separate dining room.
Yeah.
Do you have that in the UK sometimes?
Yeah, it just depends on the size of the house, honestly.
It varies probably a lot. Same in the States, but I would say it's quite common to have a separate kitchen and a dining room. Some kind of utility room where you do your laundry, and then maybe 2 bathrooms, I would say is common. Yeah. Nowadays, most people have at least 2. Yeah. Some places might still have 1. I think 2 is quite common. Yeah. Maybe 1 at least with 1.5 baths.
Yeah.
We say like 1.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 with the bathtub, 1 where it's just like the toilet.
We call it a downstairs toilet.
Air conditioning.
In the UK, we do not have AC. It
Never?
does not get hot enough, like especially not where I live up in the north. It is not hot. I know when we had the heat wave, I was dying.
Yeah.
And I actually like was in an attic room back then. In my student
Boiling up
days,
there.
I was boiling to death, and I
Oh
had a
my
tiny
gosh.
window. But usually, we will just open the window to get a breeze.
What if there's no breeze?
Yeah, if there's no breeze, we have fans, just like the standing kind of fan, and that's it. We just melt, I guess.
How long would that last? If you have like some heat
The
wave in
heat wave
summer?
can be like 1 to 2 weeks.
Oh.
Okay.
And growing up, there was never a heat wave really. It's just like over the past few years.
Is it common at all in Europe, do you know? I went to like Sweden, in Norway, and Finland, and I was shocked by that too, because we went in the middle of summer and we were hot.
Yeah.
Even though it's not known for having hot weather, even in
Yeah.
public places sometimes, like public transportation, on the subway, we had all of our luggage and we were just like sweating.
They don't have it on the London Underground. Usually we just open the kind of like window that connects the carts, and then the breeze from the train kind of like is what cools people down. It just doesn't really exist.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, yeah. And because of air conditioning, I feel like we'd get hotter even, like, easier. Like, usually, I keep it at 69 in my apartment. That's, like, that's, like, good temperature for me. I'm not too hot, but I'm not too cold. 69 Fahrenheit. I'm not sure what that would be in Celsius. But 69 Fahrenheit, if it starts getting, sometimes I'll let it get to like 74 before I turn my AC. I'll turn it off, let it get to 74, then I'll turn it back on. But yeah, I feel like the weather here, you gotta have an AC, and it's just an American mindset at this point. Like especially for summers, like air conditioning is an absolute necessity. Like my girlfriend though, she can't take 69. Like it's got to be like 65, 60, and that's compromising for her. That's compromising, so I don't freeze to death. Like 65, 66, but like, we just get hotter easier, I think, because of air conditioning.
Yeah, so I think like
We're so
European
used to
people
it.
just kind of try
It's just
to
not a
deal
thing.
with the heat if it is hot.
In the US, I think a lot of people would have an AC. A lot of
Yeah.
times they'll just have the unit that you know, put in the window kind of thing. We also use fans. Every household is different, but I'm sure even in the like more southern states, it's even more common. We also have the ceiling fan.
Gotta
Yeah,
have a
those things
ceiling
freak
fan.
me out. I'm like, they're gonna
me
fall
too.
on my head and crush me.
Yeah,
Or...
yeah, those are kind of scary, but they do help like keep the house ventilated, so that's nice. We'll have the ceiling fan, sometimes some standing fans, and then also the AC. Got the
Yeah.
bases covered.
Must be nice.
Yeah, right.
Washing machine.
The
and
washing
dryer.
machine in the UK, yeah, it usually looks like the one on the right. Yeah, they're not usually together if we even do have a dryer. I think it's not too common to have a dryer in the UK. I may just be
Really?
talking from personal experience, but we don't have a dryer at home, like a tumble, we call it a tumble dryer.
Okay.
Mainly for like environmental reasons, and we don't use it. We just hang up our washing on the clothing, like the washing line.
Yeah.
Or we have like one of those kind of looks like a spider's web, like this
Okay.
kind of shape, and then we just hang it and it spins in the breeze.
Out in your garden
Yeah.
or something. Okay.
Because the tumble dryers, they're expensive in the UK
Yeah.
as well. My uni house had a 2-in-1, but the dryer was not good at all, so I just didn't use it.
Okay. Do you ever hang your stuff inside?
Okay, I would use like a clothing like rack, like a clothes horse sometimes. Obviously, if it rains a lot.
Yeah.
They're good.
It's like a high tech, like
It doesn't spin by itself. It's
Yeah.
just like in the wind.
Yeah.
But it's good. These dryers, I'm kind of jealous.
I do kind of love the dryers. I know
Yeah.
they're bad for the environment, like you said, but there's something about putting your blankets
yeah.
or your sweaters and your socks in the
Yes.
dryer and like, oh,
Yes.
it's so cozy in the winter time. It's very common in the US. Most people have a washer and a dryer.
Yeah, it must be nice.
I feel like in the U.S. we just like convenience is number one priority here. Convenience. What can we do to make life easier? What can we invent to make? And like a lot of times, it's not. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it's like, dang, the environment. I need a dryer, bro. Like, I can't. I don't want to hang my clothes up outside and wait for them to dry. Me personally, I just don't want, like, I need a dryer. And I feel like you get to the point where you just get so lazy. Like, you know, growing up, I didn't feel like ironing my clothes. It just took too long. I just pop it in the dryer. So even when the dryer was unnecessary, just to get wrinkles out, throw it in the dryer. Not even to dry my clothes. Just, it's wrinkled, I just throw it in the dryer, get rid of the wrinkles. When I could have just ironed it, but yeah. We do that a lot here, so convenience is the number one priority here for sure.
In the U.S., most people have a washer and a dryer.
Yeah, it must be nice.
Yeah. I don't have the patience maybe to hang everything.
Yeah,
No.
it is quite,
No.
if it suddenly starts to rain, which
Yeah.
it loves to do in the UK, you have to run outside and then
Take
collect
everything
everything.
down.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah, that's...
So the plug sockets in the UK are the three-pronged, is it called a prong? I don't know, a three-pronged socket. Usually like 230 volts.
Okay.
I am pretty sure majority, if not all of them, have a switch, like to actually turn on the plug.
What?
Yeah, so they're not just like open, they have like an actual switch.
Every outlet.
I'm like
has?
thinking, and I'm pretty sure all of
Whoa,
them did.
that's so convenient. I love that. Yeah, we have a three-prong also, but you can tell it's a different kind. I've never
Yeah.
seen anybody with the switch.
No.
Also, is it always like two outlets in one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen just a single
Yeah.
one like that. It's always the
Yeah.
double.
And it's always vertical?
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
we have like either
Yeah.
one, or if we have two, they're usually side by side like this, rather than like this.
That makes sense.
Most people just use extension cables. Yeah.
Same.
Today was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have a lot of differences like in the house.
I know. A lot of things I didn't think about. I guess the switch one was kind of, I really
switch?
like that.
Yeah, it's good actually being able to just like switch it on and off from the
Yeah,
wall.
so I feel like in the States we just keep, a lot of people just keep their stuff
Yeah.
plugged in constantly,
Facts.
right? So I kind of like that you can just like
Facts.
switch it off. That's quite nice.
The aircon, I think even if we had it like in my house in the UK, we would never use it because we just have like so many windows and doors, and usually it's fine. And well, right now in the UK, I live like in the Midlands, and it does not get hot. Yeah, maybe during that heat wave, it would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
But I mean, I dealt with it and I survived.
Yeah.
So today we talked about differences in UK and US houses.
If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. We'll see you next time. Bye.
I like that. That was cool to hear some of the differences, and there definitely are some differences between the UK and the US houses. But that's all we got for this. You guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. It's your boy D Neal. Out.